Hey there, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another weekly wears video. And if this is your first time finding this channel, my name is Gerard, and on this channel we talk about all things fragrances. We do videos just like I'm doing today, where I go over every fragrance that I wore for all 7 days last week. So if that's content that you think you want to see more of, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications so you get updated every time I upload something new. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's jump right into the list, starting with Sunday. So on Sunday, I had a really big open house. We're trying to sell this really upscale penthouse in the city, and I just wanted to wear something classic, easy to wear, and masculine, and really something I would wear to an office, work safe, but smells fantastic. An old standby in the collection. The scent I'm talking about is Loewe Homme. And this falls into the category of classic masculine. It's aromatic, it's citrusy. Great atomizer on this. And this is not a cheapie. It's under $100. And for that, this offers a ton of value. This lasts a long time on me. It smells so refined. It's a fragrance from 1974, but it does not smell dated. They did a fantastic job balancing the scent out. It is not all oak moss. You do get some oak moss, but the lemon here is really pleasant. And it just works in combination with some of those other aromatics in here. And it's just a beautiful masculine fragrance that you can wear. Be reassured that you smell great. For me, I associate this with a guy maybe a little older, 25 and up, is probably going to want to reach for this in the sort of office type situations. There's no ambroxan in here. It's not going to smell like shower gel. It is an aromatic citrus fragrance through and through, and it's great. It's perfect for the situation I wore it in. I love this one. I love this house, Loewe Homme. I think this next scent has become a bit synonymous with the channel because it is one of my favorite cheapie fragrances. I did get it at a rack store. A lot of you guys watch my rack store videos, but this is one I stand by. I love this scent, and for the $15 price point, it's hard to beat. Scent I'm talking about is Lamborghini Millennials. This is just warm, spicy, aromatic, has a fougere aspect to it. It's woody, it's a little bit creamy, and it checks all the boxes. For a $15 fragrance, incredible value, incredible complexity to the scent. I just couldn't believe it first time I smelled this. It's one of these fragrances that it's going to smell unique to you. It might remind you of a couple different things that you've gotten your nose on, but it doesn't. I can't really point to one fragrance that this reminds me of. It does have a very prominent rhubarb note. I'm getting it right now in the air. It smells really clean, but it's this earthy rhubarb note. It's fruity, but it also is not sweet. It's a little bitter, which is what I like about this scent. It adds to the masculinity of it. And again, that fougere style scent profile, much like Azzaro Pour Homme Nighttime, which I've talked about on the channel. I love that scent. Has a very similar rhubarb note. So I think if you compare those two, the similarities are there, but this kind of goes in a different direction. This is a much warmer scent to my nose, much more woody fragrance than that scent. And overall, just, I love the bottle. I love the packaging. I think this style bottle, again, is reminiscent of just like a powerhouse 80s type masculine scent, and they did a great job on this. Absolute steal for $15. If you see this at Burlington or any other rack store, definitely give it a try. It's worth it. Lamborghini Millennials. So on Tuesday, I did a video. Well, I wore this scent. I recently did a video on this fragrance, a sort of first wear impressions of this scent. And this was kindly sent to me by my subscriber, Corey. So shout out to Corey. Scent I'm talking about is Desir Toxic from MLF. And I don't have the bottle here. Obviously, I just have a decant, which I'm cool with. And you can find this for around $115 on Venba Fragrances, which is an absolute steal, in my opinion, for this scent. I wouldn't overpay for this, but it's a great scent. And this one, for me, it's warm, it's aromatic. It is a little bit spicy. It's clean smelling. It has lavender in here. It's my favorite part of this scent, and I don't think I mentioned this in that other video, and I should have, because it's my favorite part. So I missed an opportunity there, but is the dry down here. The dry down is a little different than the opening, but it remains interesting even in its dry down. So, and to me, that's where I'm willing to spend money, is in a great dry down. The opening is important. You want to like the scent, but you're really left with the mid and the dry down, more so the dry down, and you have to like it. And now I'm really considering buying a full bottle of this because the dry down stood out to me. I really like it. And it's one that it's different. It is sort of unique in a lot of ways, even though it has some familiar nuance to it. The cleanness, the freshness, the warmth, the woodiness. Great scent. I actually, again, considering a full bottle of this. And in terms of performance, about mid. Didn't get great performance from it. That is a knock on it. I would have expected this type of scent profile to offer a little bit better of a performance than I got. But for $115 for a great sort of unique fragrance, I think it's worth that price. MLF Desir Toxic. On Wednesday, I reached for one of my favorite cold weather fragrances. One of my more go-to sweeter fragrances. Scent I'm talking about is Homme from Salvatore Ferragamo. Now, Signature gets a lot of love. I have a bottle of Signature. I like that scent as well. Adds a leather note to this, but I don't know. There's just something about this original that just works. Has I want to say a tiramisu note in here. Incredible. Sweet, creamy, long lasting. This thing is an absolute monster performer. When I talk about sweet fragrances, this is one I like to point to because it doesn't do anything too much. Sweet to me is, you have to kind of manage it. It has to be reined in a little bit. I don't like an overly sweet fragrance. This borderlines gourmand from a sweet standpoint, but it has other elements to it. It's a little bit woody. I know there's no leather in here, but I almost get a suede type leather feel to this. It's just a really great casual night out type of cool weather scent that you need to check out, because in terms of the performance alone, incredible performer and an addictive scent. Nothing really else that I want from fragrance. Great overall Homme from Salvatore Ferragamo. On Thursday, I tested what ultimately became Friday's video, which was my last rack store pickup. So go check out that video if you guys haven't yet. I tested both of these side by side, and they are Dolce Gabbana Pour Homme, another masculine, signature-worthy type of fougere fragrance that harkens back to the mid-90s in this case. And I have and I can tell just in hand right now, the juice I talked a little bit about in that video. The juice is lighter in the French version than the Italian version. I gave both of these a try, and I decided I can't decide on which one I like more. So I own both, French and Italian. I will say, the day I tested it, I let my wife smell them. She preferred the French version over the Italian version. The Italian version for her smelled more like a deodorant, a little bit more powdery deodorant vibe. And then I let my mom smell them, and she preferred the Italian version over the French version. Just liked it more, could smell it more. One thing I will agree with her on that is their performance seems to be a little bit better in the Italian version. I notice it projects a little more. It's a little more rich and pops off my skin a bit more. Doesn't mean that it smells better, but the performance is better. I can't really choose which one smells better. They do have slight nuances, differences between the two. Go check out that video to find out what those are. But overall, both great fragrances. I think you can't mess with either. A few of you guys in the comments said Germany has their version, Spain. So everyone's jumping in the boat. Let me know which version down below you guys have or prefer. But yeah, overall, a fantastic fragrance. Dolce Gabbana Pour Homme. Great citrus aromatic. Tobacco. Love this one. Can't go wrong. Signature worthy. Check it out if you haven't yet. So this next one is synonymous with summertime, fresh, masculine go-to fragrance. Scent I am talking about is Versace Pour Homme. And I had done a video of basically one of my favorite scents to wear to the gym, and this is one of them. Because it's just effortless. It's clean. It has this really nice floral vibe to it. There are other fragrances that smell like this. You have Missoni Wave. You have Chanel's Homme Sport. But there's something about this one that takes that DNA and just livens it up a bit. The Chanel has a little bit more tonka. It weighs it down a little bit more, makes it a little bit more vanillic and powdery. The Missoni is a little smoother, again, adds a vanilla note, kind of. That the Missoni is probably a little bit closer to the Chanel. This takes that DNA and makes it more floral, makes it pop more, a little more vibrant, a little more synthetic smelling in a way, a little more effervescent and fizzy and alive. And that's what I get from Versace Pour Homme. And that is why I like this one. I don't think it's redundant to own this and a Chanel Homme Sport or a Missoni Wave for that matter. I think they're all do something similar, but smell different in their own unique way. And that's why this one will always be great for a hot day, extremely hot weather. I remember wearing this to a pool party at my friend's bachelor party in Vegas, and it was so damn hot that day. I could barely stand it. I think I left early. It was a million degrees, a bachelor party in August in Vegas. So in retrospect, probably not the smartest move, but this is the scent I wore. And it didn't last very long because I think anything you would have put on that day would have evaporated quickly. But it's just the first one I thought of. First one I said, that's the one I'm going to grab in this high of heat. And I know you guys love this one too. Can't go wrong with it, Versace Pour Homme. Finally, on Saturday, I wore two fragrances. During the day, I wore Tom Ford Costa Azzurra Parfum, which is just an incredible aquatic, warm aquatic, has some warmth to it. Has this ferny greenness when you first spray this. Some people say it smells like seaweed to them. I do get the aquatic sort of ocean vibe. I wouldn't necessarily say it's seaweed that stands out specifically to me, but I do understand that sentiment because it has this greenness to it, but it's more ferny, more alive, a little more earthy than something like seaweed. It's not as aquatic, salty to my nose as some seaweed and other fragrances. But this one is just a great performer. I always do this. I tend to overspray this one from time to time. The original Costa Azzurra smells great. I just prefer the Parfum. It's a little richer. It feels just a little bit more refined and put together to my nose. So great scent that I wore during the day. And then that evening, we did a trunk or treat with the family, with the kids. First time I had ever gone to a trunk or treat. I didn't even know these existed. Google it if you have not heard of a trunk or treat. But we had a great time. We went as the Addams family. I, of course, was Gomez. My oldest was Wednesday, my wife, Morticia, and my youngest was Pugsley. Super cute, had a lot of fun. The kids had a blast. And I thought to myself, what would Gomez Addams wear? And I thought about it for a little bit, and I ultimately decided on this one. And I want to say I might even have worn this last week. I love this scent. It's just 10 out of 10. I did a video recently on this one as to why you should buy it right now in 2023. Scent I'm talking about is Dior Homme Intense. And this is, again, top 10 for me, 10 out of 10. Beautiful iris note. I got a compliment on this the night I wore it, along with my costume. I'm going to put a picture here so you guys can see the photo of the family. But man, this stuff is just absolutely spot on, incredible, so good. Iris note that I said in that video is unapologetic. It's alive. It's one of the best iris notes I've ever smelled. And there's a reason that this is so widely regarded as one of the best fragrances you can purchase, because you really can't just jump into the scent. I'm not trying to sound snobby saying that, but this can be difficult to smell for the first time when all you've smelled is sort of designers with the intention to be mass appealing. You know, your Azzaro, whatever Azzaro is making. And that's not to knock Azzaro, okay? I love Azzaro fragrances. They have a place in this hobby. But if you're smelling things like Bleu de Chanel and the more popular for Dior Sauvages, this is going to be challenging to you. It is a high-level designer, but it's different. It's unique. It does what it does so well. So you have to sort of let this one grow on you. Don't give up on it. If you've smelled it and you're disappointed, do not give up on it, because I promise you, there probably will be a moment where you think about this scent and you go, wow, that one was different than what I'm used to smelling. I want to revisit it. So I still need to get my hands on the Parfum. I know you guys talk about the Parfum, and I know recently it was just it was on fragrancebuy.ca. I didn't grab it. Just, you know, with Christmas coming up and the holidays, I'm not just trying to be a little more careful with purchasing stuff. But at the same time, this is still my hobby. It's still a passion. So I will eventually get that and try it. But I'm happy with Dior Homme Intense right now. I'm enjoying this one. I don't need Parfum right now. I'm living with this one, but eventually I will try that one. Incredible fragrance, lasts a long time, vanillic, that floral iris note, masculine, powdery, consistent, put together, just luxurious smelling. Incredible fragrance, Dior Homme Intense from Dior. That's all I have today, guys. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what your weekly rotation was. I always love hearing what you guys are wearing. If you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video, hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.